Mountain Dew. They'll figure out which dews are overrated and rave about the flavors that they love. With a ranking scale that's way too complicated. It's Mountain Dew they're connoisseurs of. They'll compare different flavors of Mountain Dew. Make OGs and newbies go toe to toe. They'll tell stories about their crew and share the scores with you. They're Bob and Phil, and they are the Mountain Dew.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Bob.
And we are
the Mountain Duo.
Today, we're going to be reviewing Mountain Dew Overdrive. An exclusive to Casey's convenience store.
Casey's General Store.
General store.
In the Midwest, gas stations up there. So if you're not in that area, you need to find someone that will ship it to you.
Let's go!
Rock
All right.
country, let's ride. All right, well.
Let's jump right into
it. I don't think we need to waste any more time.
All right.
Talking about anything else other than this exclusive.
And we start with packaging and design. And while you're sharing your thoughts on packaging and design,
Yep.
I'm going to throw up a little
So
packaging and design here.
and you can't really tell because the light's giving it a glare on mine, but I gave it a 3. It's kind of neat, but there is way too much going on for me to make sense of what's happening and what they're trying to do. So I went with a 3. I downgraded it. It's neat. There's lots of fruits and citrus punch medley on there, but then there's all kinds of characters. I'm not sure where they were going with it, so 3.
Okay. I actually gave it a 4. There is a ton going on. There's a souped up ski boat. There's a bear with deer horns.
That's skiing.
That's water skiing. He's got like a sea turtle hanging off of his arm. He's wearing a necklace that's a weather vane. He's got deer antlers on a bear, which I think makes him a beer.
Definitely.
It's a little confusing. I don't really understand it. I also have not been to a Casey's General Store, so maybe it makes sense if you go to Casey's a lot. I don't know. I do really like on this side. I don't know if it's going to be good to focus on that, but there is this little beaver right here. He's sitting on a duck floaty. He's got this little green hat on. Looks like it would be like a John Deere hat or something. I like that beaver. He's just a cool looking dude. There's also a fish in an inner tube. Some more fruits on there.
And the buoy. The buoy shows up on every single art that they do with 1968 on it.
1968.
Which, as far as we can tell, is a nod to the 1968 glass 10-ounce bottle.
Right. Which was when they switched to the design to have the miner looking guy on there, right? The tickle your innards tagline and that thing.
Yeah,
so,
Willie the Hillbilly.
Right, yeah, Hillbilly, yes.
As far as we can tell.
As far as we can tell.
Appearance of the drink.
Appearance of the drink.
It's orange, like our shirts.
That's right. We both came today dressed like Overdrive.
It's orange. It's translucent. It's a translucent orange. I don't know if you can really tell. Can't. But it's translucent. I gave it a 6. I think it looks amazing.
I gave it a 6 as well. I think it looks amazing. I think it looks really refreshing. It is very, very similar to the Mountain Dew Flaming Hot, which I also rated high in the appearance of the drink. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and look at that one and see what exactly I rated that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about this. I said go back and look at Flaming Hot, but it might not come out till after this video.
Yeah.
We don't know the
Flaming Hot one.
Find it eventually. Maybe it'll come out eventually.
That's right. It's out. It's on the channel. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Right. That's right. All right. I'm gonna. So, I have never tried Mountain Dew Overdrive. This will be my first time. This is not available. We don't have Casey's where I live. This is not available to me. We had a wonderful person ship us some bottles of this stuff. So, I'm
on the other
excited.
hand, have had it, and I've also already kind of started this one tonight. But I have started it. I also have had like a 44-ounce fountain drink of it, and I didn't put enough ice in it that melted the ice almost immediately. I should have filled it all the way up with the ice. But I have had it before and drank a couple bottles of it and 44-ounce of it.
That smells really good. I'm getting into the taste.
Taste and smell.
Man, if it tastes like it smells, this is going to be pretty high for me.
Good. I hope it does. Does it taste like it smells?
Wow, this is good stuff.
Well, I'm going to just go ahead and jump into it. I gave it a 4. I think the taste is a little off. I don't know if there's too much fruit medley trying to get in there, but it does have a predominantly orange taste. But there's just something different about it that I knocked it down. I gave it a 4. It's still on the positive side of the taste and smell. I'm with you. The smell is amazing, but the taste, there's just something off about it. So I dropped it down.
I disagree. I think it tastes great. I've got it down as a 6. That is really good. Like this is like threatening.
You don't tell me you're going top 3.
It's threatening to top 5. I'll tell you that much. I really like this. I like the fruitiness of it. I like it does have kind of some orange, but there's a lot of other flavors that are playing into it as well. I feel like there's a little bit of peach in there too.
Yeah, I think so. That might be what's throwing it off on me.
And like I said way back in our second podcast video when we were in KFC.
If you count the original, which one of
sometimes I count that one and sometimes I don't.
Forgot that we have done it. So,
yeah, but back when we were sitting in that KFC and drinking,
the peach was amazing smell, but the taste was
well. But I kind of established then that I am a big fan of peach. So I can taste the peach in this one.
Yep,
it's good.
It's all right. It's not. The peach is the aftertaste. Mm-hmm. Yep, I went 4. Mouthfeel. How's your mouth feeling right now? There's a film.
There is. I'm gonna have to go down a little bit on the mouthfeel for that.
What are you going with?
I think I'm going for a 4 on mouthfeel.
4 for me as well.
It does have kind of a filmy residue after you finish the drink.
Yep, it's there.
Like I find myself, there's no more Mountain Dew in my mouth, and I find myself trying to get some saliva to swallow again to try to get rid of what's in
we
there.
need some saltine crackers or something.
Yeah.
Dry up your mouth and get that out of there.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Next,
Hey, we're getting good at this. We're flying
We are.
through it. We are
We are
not
flying
wasting
through.
time.
we
I
need
like
to,
it.
we need to we need we need to stop and tell some stories so I can make some shorts out of them.
That's a good
Sometimes
point.
we might be going too fast this time.
I don't think so. I don't think we need.
Smells good.
It smells good, but I knocked it for the taste.
Okay.
The name is Overdrive, which I
What-
think fits in with the names of Mountain Dew. It's got a explosive name. But I gave it a 4 because Overdrive does not tell me citrus punch.
Right.
It doesn't say oh hey, I need to try this Overdrive. I need to try it because it's Mountain Dew, which is the best drink ever. But yeah, I like if you said, hey, what you bringing over for the party? And you said, oh, Mountain Dew Overdrive. I'd be like, what does that taste like? So I
So
gave it a 4.
You showed me some pictures of some Overdrive displays and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that I assume that was in a Casey's general store?
Yes.
What is the vibe at a Casey's? Is it like just like a normal gas station? Like
Yeah.
what is it like? It's like a
I'd
gas
say it's
station.
a normal deal. I got a slice of pizza and a 44-ounce drink of my choice, any size, whatever fountain drink, for $4,
Okay.
which I thought was a pretty good price for
Yeah.
a slice of pizza and 44-ounce, or I don't know, however the biggest thing they had. I just needed to put more ice, but they had Overdrive was predominantly in the one Casey's that I was at. Okay.
Okay.
They had.
Well, it's their exclusive, so
It's it's above the fountain drink. That decorative board
yeah.
was Overdrive. They had like its own stand that was Overdrive and had all the 24-ounce bottles just sitting up by the front window. They had a whole section of just Overdrive in the cooler. So it was definitely something that they push. And I do think that looking at some of the gas stations in Wisconsin while I was there, they might drink more Mountain Dew than we do down here.
Okay.
They have good selections
Okay.
of Mountain Dew and full coolers of Mountain Dew. A lot of times here we're Coke and then a little bit of Pepsi. And really, both of those are getting to me, they're getting pushed out of the cooler, getting smaller and smaller to open up the energy drink
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
And
for
so
sure.
now some of the gas stations are sharing Coke and Pepsi in one cooler because those energy drinks and stuff are taking up 3 or 4 of the coolers.
True.
So
yeah.
yeah, I felt like, I was like, man, this was neat. And we got to remember, my cousin sent us a picture that had whiteout
Why? Yeah. In Wisconsin?
in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have got some. I should have looked for it while I was there.
Yeah.
Dang it. I'm going back. Let's go.
We just got to get your cousin to send us some whiteout. So we
That's
gotta-
right. That's right.
Yeah.
There we go. Send us some more.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the name. I was asking questions about Casey's because I was trying to figure out, does Overdrive tie to Casey's somehow? Is it like a
You would think it's a gas station, right? It's exclusive
Right.
to a gas station, and Overdrive is something that you put your car in when you're driving.
yeah?
But
So
then,
what-
but then you look at the deal; it's a boat
right.
on the labels, and there's a water skier with a bear with the beer with antlers, and so I don't know. I said 4 because it does still fit in the Mountain Dew, thrashed apple, blast, a flavor kind of theme.
Does your truck have Overdrive?
Yeah, I think that's just drive, isn't it?
Probably. I like what
You used to push a button for overdrive.
Exactly. You used to turn it on. You know what it does?
I think you always drove in overdrive, and then does it make it not shift down?
So yeah, so basically overdrive, this is how I understand it. I could be wrong because it's been a while since I thought about it, but
Right.
The way I understand it is when you're driving on the highway, the overdrive basically allows you to keep going at the speed you're going, but it lowers the RPMs of your engine, so it conserves gas, makes it a little quieter, stuff like that. So
Yeah, now we have an eco button.
right.
Or
right,
a racing button.
Yeah.
Or a off-road and tow haul button, right? So,
Right. So when you're at the point in your shifting of your gears where if you downshift, you can actually go faster but you'd get the RPMs way up. So you're
Right.
up a gear, your overdrive, so that you can keep going that same speed with the
drop your RPMs and burn
drop the
less gas.
RPMs and say
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
like even though overdrive sounds cool, like it's almost like it's
Weaker.
kind of yeah.
Yeah,
It's not.
I got
It's
you,
not. It's not like it's not as cool as it sounds. I feel like. I don't know. I don't feel like the name works very well for this.
What are you going to give it? What are you going to rate it?
I'm gonna give the name a 2.
2. Ooh.
Overdrive. I mean, it sounds like
still
it could
says
be
Mountain
cooler.
Dew on there. I mean,
It does say Mountain Dew.
I mean, come on. Golly.
I'm judging Overdrive as the name.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know. It sounds kind of cool, but when you think about it, I'm like, I don't know. I think about it and then I try to see, does it tie to Casey's? Does it tie to the rest of the design on there? Does it tie to the
no telling
drink?
what it ties to. It might not tie
Right.
to anything.
Yeah. So I feel like it's just kind of random to me. So that's why I marked it down on the name.
All right. That brings us to our last category, and while you're getting the due-ness of it, I am going to tell you the guy that, like, I was going to buy some bottles, and I was like, oh, let me get the fountain drink. I'll get some bottles to have later. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the sign above the pizza that says one slice of pizza. I think it was $4. Maybe it was $3. Whatever. Slice of pizza, and it was a big slice of pizza.
Okay.
And any size fountain drink for $3 or $4. And so I was like, oh, well, that's the way you got to go. I got to get a piece of pizza, which, wasn't the best for me. I'm trying to lose weight, but well, why not?
Gas station pizza is always a little bit iffy.
Yeah, well, it was actually pretty good pizza.
Okay, that's good.
And who knows how long it was in there, but they were like in its own individual cardboard
Pizza shaped box.
Pizza shaped
slice.
open faced box. So just a cardboard with some lips around it.
Okay, like a plate almost.
Almost like a plate, but more lip to hold the pizza in, so it wouldn't slide off. Not just up, but actually almost
Okay,
straight up.
I got you.
And so we pulled one of those out of there, and then filled up with a drink. And then the guy that was checking us out was like, "My dad's, he's like, oh yeah, he's got to try that Mountain Dew. He does, he does this podcast everywhere we go. He does Mountain Dew podcast." And everyone's like, "So what? We don't care." He's like, so the guy's like, "Oh yeah, this Overdrive, it's great. It's my favorite." He goes, "I drink it every single day." So the guy at the gas station drinks Overdrive every day. So, I was excited for it. We had a bunch with a bunch of my family. Shared them. They all tried it. I don't know. What's your due-ness rate?
I think, oh man, it's not a strong dew flavor.
But Dew isn't.
Dew isn't a strong flavor, right? I think it's there enough to put me just on the high side. So I'm going to go with a 4 on the dewness.
I went with a 4 as well. I would like to do a blind taste test of Live Wire, Flamin' Hot, and Overdrive.
Okay.
I would like to try that myself.
I think we could make that happen. Ooh. Do we have to wait until we're together to do that? Or do we each have our own assistant that's handing us a drink?
I have no assistant.
You have no assistant.
No. No, I get in trouble for doing this.
Can't get your kids to help out?
Yeah. What episode was it? The first one that we did online that we 3 minutes in I had to move out to the garage?
I think so.
And you're like,
we hadn't even started recording yet. We were just.
You're like, what are you looking at? And I'm like,
I was like, are you
getting
getting in
yelled
trouble?
at across the room here. I'm like, keep it down. But I'm trying to sleep. I got work tomorrow.
You do have that voice that penetrates
That's what people
walls.
tell me.
Man,
I got in trouble in I don't think you were in my class I got in a couple different troubles in high school in those mobiles out back. Those little mobile
those
mobile homes.
classrooms? Yeah.
One, we had a I don't remember what class it was, but we had I'm hitting the camera pole. We had a substitute teacher, and we watched like a video or a movie or something and did like a little worksheet with it, right? Not much. And everyone in the classroom is talking.
Right.
And she's like, at the beginning, she's like, I've got a sheet up here on the front, what's the front of the room? Little pedestal thing. What do you call that thing? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like the teacher podium deal?
Podium, that's what it's called.
Okay.
So she's like, I got a blank piece of paper up there with the class name or whatever class we were in, and I'm going to call you up whenever you guys are good, and then you'll be able to put your name on there, and then that way your teacher will know who was good, because your name's on this list, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. So, like, people are talking. Everyone's talking. Mm-hmm. We do, like, a little assignment, and then it's like 20 minutes of nothing happening, right? So she's calling up one by one, this person, that person, that person, this person. Like, and I'm looking, and my name's not getting called, right? So, like, we got like 2 minutes left in class. Everyone's been called except for one person. So, I get up. I go up to the front. I start putting my name on the sheet. She says, excuse me, what are you doing? I said, I'm putting my name on the list because you've called everyone else already, and you never called mine. She said, I didn't call your name because you were talking. You know, like, everyone has been talking. What do you mean? And so she's like, no. And now you're going to talk to me after class. Okay, whatever. So probably while that conversation is going on, this is the last class of the day, the bell goes off, everyone leaves, and then we go out on the little stairs, and she starts talking to me. She goes, you were talking, and I was like, everyone else was talking too. Yeah, well, your voice was just booming all over the place. I said, well, that's not my fault. I was just talking. I wasn't like booming it all over the place. My voice booms. You know, I was just doing what every single other person in the class was. She said, she goes, you don't know this, but I know who your mother is. And I was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, I also substitute down at the middle school, the junior high. And your mom is Mrs. Austin. And I'm like, so I'm going to tell her. Okay.
All she knows. She already knows my voice is loud.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Trust me. She tells me all the time. Why are you so loud? This is the way I am. And then I got the other time that I've gotten, and I don't remember, golly, I can't remember who the teacher was. And you weren't in this class. Whatever class it was, we were talking about like what controls world populations.
Okay.
And so, it's brought up, and I don't even know if it's true, but China, you can only have one kid,
Right.
right? And then, so that's how they kind of control what they're doing.
Okay.
And, so what happens, oh, well, famine, starvation in countries. And I was like, and so, everyone's raising their hand. I raised my hand. I said, well, war, if you have war, it can kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so we were in the classroom with one teacher, but it was 3 of the other periods. It was another teacher's classroom, and that teacher was still sitting in the room at their desk in the back, right?
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I say that, war, because people die in war or whatever, it struck a nerve with that teacher, and he just hollers out above everyone else, "Shut the hell up, Bob." It's like, what? And like the teacher, like deer in the headlights, looks at him, looks at me, looks back at him, looks at me, and is like, doesn't know what to do. And she goes running out the classroom. Well, then that other teacher in the back of the room jumps up and runs out the classroom. And now everyone in the classroom's looking at me, so I jump out and run out the classroom. So we go down, they're standing down there at the bottom, and she's all worked up, and he's fired up, and I get down there, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what? She's like, I don't know. I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know what was going on. Like, why he yelled this out in the middle of class, and like, she's like, I just didn't know what to do. Now I'm like, I don't, so she kind of calms down. He kind of calms down, and he's like, hey, we're going to continue talking about, why don't you go back in the classroom? So I'm like, all right, cool. I go back in there. Well, then I'm in there for 2 or 3 minutes before they come back in, right? And so everyone's like, what's happening? What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, he yelled that, and it was one of my coaches, right? So it was one of my soccer coaches. Okay. So we kind of already had, we knew each other or something, and she was just caught up in the middle of whatever his explosion was, and I get it. You could, when someone brings up war, and maybe he's lost someone in a war or whatever, and rightfully so, was a little upset about it. I get it, 100%. But then it just put it a whole, weird, rest of the class mood, It was just like, what in the world? But, yeah, so the mobiles were not good for me in my booming voice.
Well, I remember when you would be at my house in high school late at night, and then all of a sudden my dad would be at the top of the stairs. Phil? And I'm like, get to the bottom of the stairs. I'll tell him to be quiet.
Dang it.
Yeah. Man. Once he got the CPAP machine, though, it kind of created like a white noise, and then he had his own supply of oxygen, of air, so that he would get way down underneath the covers and just cover everything up, and then you could be as loud as you wanted, and he would sleep right through it. So, yeah. So folks, if you're wondering why am I in my garage, well, because it's the only room that's kind of separated from the bedroom, the master bedroom. The kids are right next door. But they sleep through everything. But my wife hopefully can't hear me from here, because, of course, we only film at 1 o'clock in the morning. We don't film like normal people. Right.
Film.
Well, we're busy. We're both
That's right.
Working jobs, being dads, all that kind of stuff.
Sports, everything.
Sports. Yep. That's when we have time to get together and film, is when everybody else is asleep. So that only works if we can keep everybody else asleep. But yeah.
Speaking of sleeping, is your wife still pacing?
No, she's long asleep. Actually, she can probably hear me too, because she has superhero hearing, and I'm in the basement. She's two stories above me, but she could probably She probably had to put some earplugs in and turn on her white noise machine.
It's probably my voice booming out of your headphones and bouncing off the wall she's hearing.
It could be. Might be. All right. Did we
Total score?
My
Or
total
did I
score,
give it a Dunis? I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4 on Dudeness as well, and my total score added up to 26,
And I'm 23.
which I feel like I really like the flavor of this. So that mouthfeel, the name kind of dropped it down a little bit. The crazy randomness of the design dropped it down a couple. Like I feel like it could have been a little bit higher score, but it is what it is. That's
right.
Came out to 26 out of 36.
23 out of 36, so still in the top, I don't know, half anyways.
Right.
And it's good. It's not, I don't think I will be putting it into my top 5. Maybe not even my top 10. Is there a Major Melon taste in there?
Maybe. It might just be that sweetness of it that
Maybe.
tasted. I don't know. There's been... I haven't had Major Melon in a while, and I just had one a couple days ago, and now I just really want more. And maybe it's because springtime, the weather's getting a little better, and I'm wanting some more of those summery type drinks or something. I don't know. But I'm getting kind of excited about Major Melon the last couple weeks here.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You know what's been fun is when y'all comment on our videos and tell us, give us a rating for your drinks. If you've had Overdrive or any of the other videos, get on there, comment below, tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you wish I had a little bit more of. We try to respond. I think we respond to almost everyone, except for people we don't like.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. We try to respond to everyone. If we're not responding, it's because we didn't see it come through or whatever. But we both try to get on there and try to make a response. Sometimes we put our name, who's responding, if it's Bob or Phil, because we do have different opinions. We do have different tastes and different ideas and thoughts of it. But yeah, it's fun to get some feedback from y'all and
Absolutely.
keep putting those comments down there so we can keep answering some questions and got some direct messages on Instagram and stuff like that. People taking pictures of their coolers at their grocery store and stuff and sending it. My dad even sent me a text of, what did he find at a bunch of Major Melon, maybe?
Okay.
Was it him? I think it was him that texted me. Look what I found at Tractor Supply. A case of a cooler of Major Melon. Sent me a picture.
My dad was trying to stump me on some Mountain Dew trivia the other night at dinner. He was pulling out old tagline. Hey, what have you ever heard of tickle your innards? I was like, yeah, that's a old Mountain Dew tagline. He's like, you know that already, huh? He thought he was going to stump me.
Good. Maybe we could hire him for free to be our research.
Be our researcher.
Yeah. Hey, here's what we're doing. Can you give us some information on this?
Yeah. He would probably be able to explain Overdrive a lot better than I could.
Right. I thought it made sense what you're saying, and I knew it was something like when you're driving on the highway, you switch into it so it doesn't shift down or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching and commenting, sharing with friends.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Share it. Get on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Hit that share button. Text it to your buddies. Tell them, hey, subscribe to this.
Right.
Follow this. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's just a bunch of screwballs talking on their cameras.
True.
So thank y'all. I think we're good. I think we're ready to slam it.
Okay. In that case, I'm Phil.
And I'm Bob.
And we are
The Mountain Duo. Slam it!
They'll figure out
Whoa, you almost pulled your computer screen off the.
My headphones limited my
Yeah, the
mobility.
camera was like, came back down. We were almost going to be in for a show, folks.
I did get almost. There's like a drop left in there because my
It's a good thing you
headphones
didn't
wouldn't
pull
let me
off. We
finish
might
it.
have noticed that you weren't wearing pants tonight.
That's right. The camera only catches from the waist up.
That's
so
right. So,
I'm nice and comfy
and
down
people
below.
have been fired from their jobs, supposedly, for doing Zoom meetings
Well,
with no pants on.
I can't get fired for this, so
Well, you could.
well, I guess I could. You're not gonna fire me. I'm not gonna fire me.
I tried to fire you in one of our videos.
And you failed. See, can't get
Still
fired.
here.
I'm still here. All right. If you're still here, thank you again. See ya.
You're the best. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.